fatta. Dopo 4 ore di lungo lavoro senza interruzione, grazie specialmente a Beethoven che fa tutta l'edizione, siamo riusciti a finire il primo video. Paul, grazie mille perché mi hai insegnato tantissime cose e grazie a te sono ancora più sicura di quello che voglio fare nella mia azienda e non vedo l'ora di venirti a trovare, oppure spero tanto con tutto il cuore che tu un giorno venga a trovarmi con tutta la tua famiglia. Il primo video lo dedico a te. Ragazzi, buona visione. Buongiorno from New Zealand. We are here in Karamea, which is the northwest of the South Island, and we are super lucky today, and I believe I am also honored to be here with Paul Murray. He's the founder of Living Peace Project, and it's going to show us around his permaculture farm. So for those of you that know already permaculture, I know I'm very lucky, and I will try to ask as many questions as possible, and I will put all the Italian subtitles, so it's going to be easier. And for those of you that don't know what is permaculture, in very simple words, it's going to show us how to live in harmony with nature, I think.
I'll do my best. Good morning, everyone.
Let's go.
Okay, so this is a mandala garden, and it looks wild, it looks crazy, and it's supposed to. It's exactly as it's supposed to look. So what we're trying to do is mimic the work of Fukuoka Masanobu. Have you heard of him? Yeah, he's wrote a book called One Straw Revolution. It's kind of like a permaculture Bible. And what we're doing here is trying to create a natural garden, completely natural garden. So what we do is we go through and we're just weeding. We're trying to remove the weeds from this area, and certainly before they drop their seed, we try to remove all the weeds, and we're trying to encourage the vegetables, as you can see, to go to seed and drop their seed into the soil to increase the seed bank in the soil of vegetables. So the ultimate objective of here is, instead of going through the garden and weeding, we're going through the gardens and harvesting. I really love this idea because the plants go from seed to germination to growth to flowering, or flowering and then fruiting, and then seeding, setting their seed, and then dropping the seed and then dying. So those seeds are being maintained in a seed bank in the soil here, and over time those seeds become more conditioned to this growing environment so that they're more resilient and more able to handle the conditions we have growing here. We really like this idea because it's a way of expressing permaculture, I guess, because we're trying to work with nature to create food.
How long ago did you start this garden?
This garden's been here for about 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what brought you here in Karamea?
I came here like you did on holiday,
Okay.
and I just love it. I wake up every day and I feel like I won life's lottery. So it's an amazing place, and it's like a little island in a national park. The weather's great, the climate's warm. It's a lovely place. I've never been in a place that has the potential for growing such a broad range of food crops as well. So we can grow food all year round outside without any trouble at all. So yeah, it's.
Yeah, we realized when we saw the sizes of you showed me the garlic, and then we also walk around and we see how much the plants grow, and it's because these the season here are more comfortable for the plants to become bigger, or is also because of the way you fertilize the soil and the way you work the land and the way you work together with nature. Is also because of that?
Well, I'd like to think so, yes, but we're quite close to the coast here, and our soil's quite sandy, so we need to continuously replenish the soil with compost, what we make ourselves, using manure of the sheep and the chickens, and green grass and dry material, and put it all together. So we're continuously replenishing the soil with compost that we make, and that leads to. I mean, it's pretty simple. Good soil, good vegetables. I mean, it's real simple. Yeah.
And when you add the compost, do you add it just on top, or you mix it again, or you don't touch what is below?
We just put it on top. Yeah, and let the rain take it through the soil. So we have about 2 meters of rain every year. It's about this much rain every year. So that travels down through the soil and brings the nutrition, spreads it evenly through the soil, and makes it accessible to the plants. We can even grow bananas here. This suggests that we hardly ever get a frost. So we can grow everything from bananas right through to stone fruit, pome fruit, everything, pretty much everything we can grow here.
So yesterday when we saw the banana trees, it was explaining about the water and the quantity of water that a banana tree needs to be able to grow and produce fruits.
Yeah.
So in this case, like you are watering the bananas, or you need to find a location where bananas can have more water from the ground.
Yeah, that's part of your permaculture design. So you put the plants in an area where they're best suited. So yeah, this area here is lower, a little bit lower, and it gets runoff from the roof. So it's feeding the bananas, and you know, we don't grow them commercially, but we just like to have them because we like to say we grow bananas.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do with the Living in Peace project is to apply the principles of permaculture to a whole business. So we're trying to make our business more energy efficient and environmentally responsible by applying permaculture principles to the whole business model. So what we're attempting to do here is to grow food to turn it into meals for our customers. So the idea, so if you take, for example, let's say a pumpkin. We grow a pumpkin here. We might be able to sell it locally at the market for $5. But if we take that pumpkin and make 10 bowls of pumpkin soup, we can sell to our customers for $5 each. We increase the return on a pumpkin from $5 to $50, less cost. So, and we're offering our customers a good meal at a reasonable price. That's also a focus of it. So the business model is essentially that: take the produce, value add it by taking it from the farm and taking it to the dinner table in the form of a meal that is value added. So that money we then reinvest in the farm to fund further development. So
roughly the size of this vegetable garden plus the one that you have the other side is around, I don't know how many meters?
I guess here is about half an acre. I guess in total we have in vegetable gardens. But we have about 7 acres of land, including our sheep and the food forest over here, which I'll show you, and more grazing over here, and a wood lot for growing our firewood, that sort of thing. So let's go for a walk.
Yeah. And according to what you're producing, how many customers you can serve? Like if you think of your production as a farmer, how many people you can support with your food?
Okay, so last year we made 1,500 meals from our farm. Okay. This year our goal is 2,000 meals for our customers. So yeah,
so you're increasing.
Yeah, we certainly have a goal to increase the number of customers that we serve with the food that we grow here.
How many people are helping you?
We have Kevin, who's over there watering.
Okay.
And we also have volunteers who come and help on the farm throughout the year. So at any given time we have probably 3 people, including and myself. So yeah, 4 people. Yeah.
So how much time do you spend in the garden?
I do some hours every day. Kevin's here full time, and the volunteers work about 4 hours a day. Yeah, just to keep it going. And the idea of permaculture is to work with nature, to allow nature to do much of the work, so that it's not so labour intensive. So we have a lot of area and we have a great climate, so we're quite lucky in that respect. So we're able to grow a lot of food without a lot of effort. Might be some strawberries.
Yeah.
Can you find some?
Yes, but they are not mature yet.
Yeah.
They are very big. Wow. I thought it was big.
That's a big garlic.
This is really big garlic. Now I understand why it's called elephant garlic.
Yeah, so that'll be, 1 clove is enough for, one meal, yeah.
Yeah, and you can smell it already.
It smells great. And the smell?
Can I walk here?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
It smells garlic.
Smells like garlic. Is garlic.
Garlic.
Yeah, that's.
Garlic.
This year we got some rust on the garlic.
Rust
So,
is
yeah.
Is it like a disease or is it animal?
Fungal disease,
okay.
yeah. So we had to strip off the leaves. We stripped all the leaves off like this, and then burned them, because the rust is really damaging. But they enabled the plants to continue growing, and yeah, we saved it basically. So we don't use any chemicals or pesticides or herbicides or anything like that. We're completely organic. We're not certified organic, but we just don't use chemicals.
So you're natural.
Yeah.
And then in 10 years of your life here at Caramea, how many diseases like rust did you face?
It's part of organic gardening. Is from time to time things happen, but we don't have a lot of trouble here actually. Things like, from time to time things happen, but yeah, most years we've never had this before, so this is the first year we've ever experienced that. This area here is a very fertile part of the garden because we had the chickens here for about 5 years, and they completely fertilised this whole area. So this area of the garden is very productive.
And how do you make compost? How can you start to make compost, and how long it will take for you to be able to use it?
Okay, so there's a number of different methods to make compost. One's just put a pile of stuff together and let it rot. Another one is like here, where we've layered the compost. So I don't know if I can show you actually.
So it's a mix of...
Feel how hot it is? Getting hot?
It's fermenting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's generating heat. So we put layers of green material, freshly mown grass, and then some straw, and then some comfrey, and then some blood and bone, and a little bit of water to keep it moist. And then we cover it over and we turn it every few days. So this compost will be ready in about 21 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is the fastest way to
Make compost. Fastest that I know, yeah. So yeah, we just keep it covered so to keep the rain out of it and also keep it warm. Yeah. And that'll be ready to go on the gardens in about another 2 weeks. Yeah, so we get a lot of material from the local area, like sawdust, and which we use for carbon content, and hay for the brown material, and yeah, we just put it all together and it makes good fertilizers for the gardens.
What is a sawdust? Sorry, in English I don't know.
When you cut wood.
Okay, it's like chippato.
Yeah.
So it's like a powder or even bigger pieces?
You can have a look.
Because the color of your wood is dark.
Yeah, this is rimu sawdust. There used to be sawmills in the area. They stopped native timber logging here about 20 years ago, but there's still piles of sawdust available. So yeah, we use it for the gardens. It's quite a good mulch as well.
You blend with the soil and with the compost, or you just put it on top?
It's better to blend it with the compost because of very high carbs, basically 100% carbon. So we blend it with the compost. Otherwise, it creates some sort of a barrier for the nutrition.
Okay, so what does carbon do
Well,
in a vegetable garden?
The microbes in the garden spend their time decomposing the carbon rather than anything else. So yeah, we don't want to put too much on, just a little bit, it's good, yeah.
Okay.
This is now the tool shed.
What is a tool shed? Sorry.
A shed for putting the tools in.
Tool, okay,
Tool shed.
My English is very cool.
My Australian accent, I've got an Australian
There are
accent.
so many words.
A shed for tools.
Tool shed is very... Yeah, I'm learning so many English words in this trip, and it's awesome. But this one before used to be a chicken shelter.
Yes.
Prima era il pollaio e adesso è diventato la casa degli attrezzi.
7 rainbow bands
Yeah.
and the word pace, which is peace
Yeah.
in Italian, right? So we copied it. And rongo means peace in Maori.
Wow!
Yeah, so we got the idea for rongo, for the logo and everything, from the Italian peace flag. So.
That's nice. We are happy about it.
This is what I call a soil factory. When I studied permaculture in 2009, I got a better understanding of how soil is made. And we used to, all the cuttings from the farm and all the pieces of wood and stuff, we used to put it on this hill here and have a big bonfire at New Year's Eve. But I discovered that it's much better to leave it and let it rot away and let the fungus eat the wood. That makes new soil. So if you look in underneath here, maybe we can see the soil quality is much better if we can.
Yeah.
This hasn't been here very long, but the fungus will start eating the wood. See, there we go. See the fungus?
Yeah.
Starting to eat this wood, and that'll make into new soil. So this area here, when the wood rots away, will be very fertile. What we did over there, we had big piles of it, and that made that area very fertile because of the wood rotting away, the chickens scratching around, eating the insects, eating all the grass, fertilizing, cultivating a little bit, and then that area then became a garden. So that's what I mean about permaculture. We're employing the services of the chickens to make it easier for us. And chickens are happy, we happy.
Se gli animali sono felici, anche noi siamo felici e anche la natura sarà felice perché noi facciamo parte di essa. Grazie Paul. L'orto di permacultura è stata un'esperienza incredibile e non vedo l'ora di presentarvi anche il prossimo video perché lui ci farà vedere la sua food forest. È stata la mia prima esperienza, non avevo mai visto una food forest prima e mi ha dato un'energia incredibile e credo che la dia anche a voi perché mi ha dimostrato che funziona, che è reale e se ce l'ha fatta lui, tutti noi ce la possiamo fare, basta crederci realmente. Oh ragazzi, al prossimo video, ciao!